What's going on, everybody? It's a game day national TV for the 76ers throwback night on NBC as your Sixers host Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs, the number 2 seed out west, just a few games behind the Oklahoma City Thunder for that number 1 spot. A big-time matchup here at Xfinity Mobile Arena. Shout out to everybody hanging out. Christian Malley, Tyman, the Buckeye, Naheem Irwin, some legends, some real ones here on the channel. And we're in for a good one here tonight between Philadelphia and San Antonio. Now, the Sixers will be big underdogs in this one, mainly because there's no Joel Embiid. We all know what Joel Embiid did to Victor Wembanyama not too long ago, just a couple of years ago, putting 70 on the Spurs' heads, but that will not be happening tonight. No Joel Embiid as he's dealing with some soreness in his oblique, an oblique injury that'll hold him out for at least one more game after this one for tomorrow night against Utah. But our focus here tonight as Sixers are 8.5-point underdogs despite being at home against the San Antonio Spurs. 13 people currently in here watching. Just about 10 minutes to go until this game gets underway. 5 likes as you venture in here. Be sure to hit that thumbs up icon and like the stream. Throwback night for the Sixers, rocking the throwback jerseys on the throwback court. Also throwback night for the broadcast as well. Bob Costas on the call. Got some throwback elements to the broadcast as well. Some of the old NBA on NBC graphics. It's pretty cool to see. Let's get it going early. You want the Sixers to beat the Spurs. I want you to hit that thumbs up icon, like the stream, and let me know. If you're a Spurs fan, you can certainly let me know as well. But where my Sixers fans at? Let's get it going. I got my throwback tee on. I'm ready for the game. The Tyrese Maxey VG Edgecombe Times Like This Slam t-shirt. You know how I'm rocking. And we got a big one here tonight. I'm excited to watch this one, man, even despite, not having Joel Embiid, not having Paul George, not having Kelly Oubre either, who's out with an illness. Philadelphia, they fight in every game, man. They will have a chance no matter what. So as you get on in here, let me know by hitting that thumbs up icon, liking the stream. Some news and notes around this game. The Spurs coming in with a fantastic record, close to the top of the Western Conference. Currently, San Antonio 43-17. That is something else, man. Sixers 33-27. Of course, as I mentioned, Embiid out in this one with an oblique injury. Spurs have won 9 of their last 10 games, but their last loss coming 2 days ago on Sunday against the New York Knicks. So certainly can be had here tonight. All right, before we get too far in today's show, got to give a big shout out to our sponsor of today's Sixers Spurs watch party. That is our good friends over at Prize Picks. Shoot your shot on Prize Picks and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. That's right. Prize Picks is now giving you $50 in lineups when you sign up and play your first $5. Prize Picks makes every dunk, every dime, and every board that much more exciting. So don't miss the chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks. It's super simple to play. All you got to do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stats, and you can win some big-time money. It's a great way to get involved on sporting action that you might not be super invested in otherwise. Some great new features on Prize Picks, including early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. And with the new social feeds feature, you can share Prize Picks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. My 3-pick power play for tonight's game. I went Tyrese Maxey more than 41.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Victor Wembanyama more than 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And the demon pick, VJ Edgecombe, more than 19.5 points. It's simple as that. And we got a great deal for you guys as well. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Pre-recorded. Hey, what's going on? Those are my picks that I'm rocking with here tonight. Let me know what you're rocking with over on Prize Picks down in the chat. And while you're down there, predict the score for me as we're about 5 minutes out from this game getting underway. Predict the score, get those score predictions rolling for Sixers Spurs here on NBC and Peacock, baby. Time in the Buckeye. I see my mom in the chat. Naheem Irwin, Christian Malley saying hi to everybody. Hope we're all having a fantastic night. And we'll see if Philadelphia can pull off a little bit of an upset here. 8.5-point underdogs without Joel Embiid against Victor Wembanyama. As Naheem says, watch out for Wemby. Gonna be a tough one to stop, especially with no Joel Embiid. Wemby's gonna have his way on the inside. Christian going 120-117 Sixers. I like it. Philadelphia coming out on top. It's going to take a real team effort. A lot of the offensive responsibility is going to be left on the shoulders of Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. I need to see a big Quentin Grimes game today. Need to see a big Quentin Grimes game. And that'll kind of lead us into our starting lineups here tonight. So, with no Joel Embiid, no Paul George, no Kelly Oubre either. Kelly Oubre will not play with an illness. Quentin Grimes will enter the starting lineup for Oubre. Of course, Drummond will start for Joel Embiid. So, it'll be Maxey and Edgecombe at the guard spots, Grimes and Barlow at the forwards, Drummond down low. For the Spurs, their normal starting five, De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, Julian Champagnie, and Victor Wembanyama, man in the middle. So, those are your starting lineups here tonight. My dad giving his score prediction. Low scoring game, 92-89 Sixers. Throwback score with the throwback theme of the broadcast. I like it. I like it. They're ringing the bell at the arena. A sellout crowd in Philadelphia, in South Philly. Can't wait to get this one underway. Let's get some 7-6s going in the chat as you get in here. Get active in the comment section. Let me know that you're rocking with the Sixers. Again, big key to this game. One, you're going to have to crash the glass as good as you have all season long, which hasn't been very good if you're Philadelphia. Keeping teams off the offensive glass. You know Wemby's going to be attacking that all night long, so it's going to be a team effort there, and I need to see Quentin Grimes have a big offensive night. You're missing around 60 points per game without Embiid, Paul George, and Kelly Oubre. So can Grimes put together a night reminiscent of what he did at the end of last season? Going to need that if you want to beat this San Antonio team who doesn't do a whole lot wrong, right? They're not going to really beat themselves too often. Naheem sad that Kelly Oubre is not there. It's unfortunate. Came down with an illness this morning. Hopefully he's good for tomorrow night against the Jazz, but you never know with an illness how serious it might be. No real word, obviously. It's kind of just a wait and see kind of thing. But we do know he will not be playing tonight. Starters getting announced. It's an electric atmosphere. This would be a sick game to be at, I'll tell you that much. I can tell you that much. Still believe in Maxey and Edgecombe to get the job done. Wouldn't it be something they combine for like something crazy? 70, 80 points combined between the two of them. Lead the Sixers to an upset as near double-digit underdogs at home against the 2-seeded San Antonio Spurs. That will be a story, man. And you might have to play a throwback kind of game. You really don't want to get into a shootout either. You're going to have to give 110% on the defensive side of the ball. I just don't know if you have the personnel to really be able to do that against this young, athletic San Antonio Spurs squad. It's a big game for the Sixers. Every game, really, from here on out is a big game, given what the Eastern Conference standings currently look like, with Philadelphia sitting in there at the 6th seed. Things are really close, right? Toronto, Cleveland, few games ahead of Philadelphia. But Orlando and Miami are very close behind Philadelphia. And once you drop below that 6th seed, 7 through 10, you're in the play-in tournament. The Sixers do not want to be in the play-in. Anything can happen. The Sixers can beat anybody, but they also have shown they can lose to anybody. So you don't want to be in a situation where you lose a couple of games and you miss the playoffs entirely. So you want to stay above that 7 seed, at the very least get the 6, if not move up. Tyrese Maxey said yesterday, or Sunday, after the loss to Boston, that it's go time. Every game is huge from here on out, and this one is no different. Daver Jones, I see in the comments. Hope you had a great day. I hope you did as well. Sixers unite. Appreciate the comment. 13 people watching. As you get in here, again, hit that thumbs up icon, like the stream, as we are just moments away from getting started. Let me know who you got. PHI for the Sixers. If you're a Spurs fan, SAS for the San Antonio Spurs. Let me know who you got down in the comments section. I'm loving the throwback style, the throwback graphics of the game. Super, super cool. Mitch Johnson, head coach of the San Antonio Spurs, front runner for coach of the year in just his second season with the Spurs. They got a good one after, obviously, all those years with Greg Popovich, turning it over to Mitch Johnson, his protege, and he's done a great job. Very talented team. Obviously, when you have Wemby, things are going to be a little bit easier, right? But still, impressive what he's been able to do. All right, here we go. Victor Wembanyama, Andre Drummond set to tip this one off from Xfinity Mobile Arena. Drummond wins the tip. Ball goes to Maxey, and the Sixers will start with the ball. Maxey kicks it over to Barlow, hands it off to Edgecombe. Edgecombe will attack Champagnie. Step back in the mid-range, no good. But VJ gets his own rebound, now resets out top to Maxey. Drives by Castle, met by Wemby. Dishes inside to Drummond. Few pump fakes. Layup is no good for Drummond. Great contest from Wembanyama. Spurs back the other way. Now here's Champagnie getting right by Barlow on the off-ball screen. He'll deposit 2, and that's an early lead. First bucket of the game going for San Antonio. Nivik, they will lose. Have some faith. We're not even a minute into this game. Barlow. Screen for Maxey. Maxey kicks to VJ. Corner triples way off. Offensive rebound, though, goes to Drummond. So a couple of offensive rebounds early on here for the Sixers. Now Drummond will take a corner 3. That's short. Rebound by Vassell. Spurs running. Fox attacking. Loses the ball. Somehow gets it out to Vassell. Vassell short on his triple. Grimes comes away with the board. Here's Philly back the other way. Drummond looking for somewhere to go. Finds Maxey. Sets a screen for him. Now Maxey back out. Guarded tightly by Stephon Castle. Castle knocks the ball out of bounds. It'll stay with Philadelphia. The one negative about these throwback graphics is that the shot clock is not always on screen. Which I get that's how it was back in the day, but they only pop it up when it's very low. So I don't even know what the shot clock. Shot clock at 7. Now they show it. Here's Maxey. Sidestep in the mid-range. Looked like he might have gotten fouled on that jumper by Castle, but no whistles there. Now here's Wemby. Draws the foul on the perimeter on Drummond. Drummond had his hands a little too close to Victor, and that'll be the first foul of the game. Just didn't move his feet well enough, so Wemby will draw the personal on Drummond. You don't want Drummond to get in foul trouble. Don't have really much outside of him and Bona here tonight to guard Wembanyama. Here's Wemby off the off-ball screen. And right on cue, there's the second foul on Drummond. He fouls Wemby, and now he'll go to the line to shoot 2, and that's a quick 2 fouls on Andre Drummond. Man, He's probably going to have to come out of the game right here, no? I mean, a quick 2 fouls. Now you're going to have to put Bona in, I imagine. We'll see if they make that substitution. Wemby's first free throw's up and good. Number 2 is also good for Wembanyama. As Bona has checked in for Andre Drummond, so less than a 2-minute stint for Drummond to open the game. Here is Maxey. His pull-up 3 is no good. Thought he might have been fouled by Wembanyama on the back end of the shot, but no call. Now Spurs slinging the ball around. Out to Champagnie, nearly stolen by Maxey. But some good passing by the Spurs, and Stephon Castle able to get a dunk inside. It's 6-0 San Antonio. Sixers have gotten some decent shots up, but they've been unwilling to attack the basket. I wonder why with Wembanyama down there. Here's Grimes, screen from Bona. Grimes will pull up for 2. Grimes' shot is short. Another rebound for Wemby. A lot of long jumpers for the Sixers early in this one. Now here's Grimes. Great defense. Nearly strips the ball from Castle. And they're going to call a foul on Barlow. Barlow attacked the loose ball on the floor, but they're going to say he fouled Castle as he went down to try to tie him up. Sixers don't like the call here. It was great initial defense from Grimes to rip the ball away. There was a fight for it. I'm not sure this is a foul on Barlow. The Sixers 0 of 7 to start this game. De'Aaron Fox rises and hits from outside. 9-0. Spurs. It's been all San Antonio here early on. Maxey, hard screen from Bona. Out to VJ. Right back to Maxey. Guarded by Wemby. Drives right by him. He'll be fouled by Julian Champagnie on the inside. Maxey will go to the line to try to get the first points of this game for the Sixers. A hard screen from Bona on Stephon Castle. Helped free Maxey. He relocated, got the ball back. Took it hard to the rim. And got fouled by Julian Champagnie. So with 8:55 to play in this first quarter, Maxey gets the Sixers on the board. Shout out Christian Malley for sharing the stream on Twitter. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Do I follow you? I'll give you a follow back, man. You're a legend. You're a real one. Second free throw is also good for Maxey. Now here's Castle. Little fadeaway in the lane over Barlow is good. Good shot from Castle there. It is 11-2 Spurs. Barlow misses. Edgecombe's putback dunk is also no good. Champagnie cannot convert on the 3 on the other end. Rebound goes out of bounds. It'll be Sixers ball here. Offense has been tough to find. But here's Grimes. Attacking the basket. Gets right by Champagnie. Grimes' right-handed layup is good. So first 2 of the game for Grimes. 11-4 ball game. Nearly stolen. Wemby's pass to Champagnie, nearly stolen by Grimes, goes out of bounds. Ball will stay with San Antonio. 17 to shoot. Here is Castle. Beautiful pass to find a cutting De'Aaron Fox on the inside. Some miscommunication by the Sixers. Someone didn't switch correctly. Fox got wide open. Grimes had to foul De'Aaron Fox, or else he would have had a wide open layup. So the former Sacramento King, De'Aaron Fox, former Kentucky Wildcat, of course, as well as Tyrese Maxey, will go to the line here. The lefty, first free throw is up and good for Fox. The Spurs lost against the Knicks on Sunday to snap an 11-game win streak. So they're looking to bounce back. And they're doing so Up to this point, currently a 13-4 advantage for the Spurs. Here is Edgecombe. Over to Grimes. Gets a screen from Barlow. Grimes dancing. Nowhere to go. Picks up his dribble. Finds Maxey cutting. Maxey gets sent by Victor Wembanyama. Maxey went inside for a little left-handed layup, and Wemby was having none of that. That's a shot Maxey can usually get by most players, but can't get that by Victor Wembanyama. Now here's Maxey. Out to Edgecombe. Shot clock at 3, at 2, at 1. VJ just gets it off. Not a bad look, but off the front iron. Here comes Wemby the other way. Fumbles with it. Nearly loses it. And it's going to be a backcourt. Wemby lost it, dribbling it up past half court. Loose on the handle. Ball went backcourt. So Sixers get lucky there. Unforced error. Unforced error there for the Spurs. Sixers take over. Down by 9. Here is Grimes. I think had a good look for Bona. Pass went too far. I think Bona just didn't see the cut there. On the other end, VJ with a huge block on Champagnie. Champagnie denied by VJ. Now Barlow in the lane. His Euro step layup is no good. There is a lid on the basket for Philadelphia. Castle the other way. Blocked by Bona. Back-to-back rejections. Grimes up top. VJ the slam. What a sequence there for the Sixers. The block from Bona leads to the lob from Grimes to VJ. What a sequence. Back-to-back blocks. One from VJ, one from Bona. And then a lob. VJ throwing it down off the pass from Quentin Grimes. Sixers staying in early here. I know they only have 6 points. Nearly almost halfway through this first quarter, but certainly could be a lot worse with where they're at right now. Type those PHIs in the chat. All my real ones, all my legends that are hanging out. And we will take a second here to tell you about our first quarter sponsor, Sixers Spurs Watch Party. That is our friends at Prize Picks. Shoot your shot on Prize Picks and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. That's right. Prize Picks is now giving you $50 in lineups when you sign up and play your first $5. Prize Picks makes every dunk, every dime, and every board that much more exciting. So don't miss the chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks. It's super simple to play. All you got to do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stats, and you can win some big-time money. It's a great way to get involved on sporting action that you might not be super invested in otherwise. Some great new features on Prize Picks, including early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. And with the new social feeds feature, you can share Prize Picks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. My 3-pick power play for tonight's game. I went Tyrese Maxey more than 41.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Victor Wembanyama more than 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And the demon pick, VJ Edgecombe, more than 19.5 points. It's simple as that. And we got a great deal for you guys as well. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Obviously, still early on, so throughout the game, we'll get some updates and check on that Prize Picks lineups I did put down. If you are not subscribed, be sure to hit that sub button. Trying to get to 25,200 subscribers. Plenty more that we do on this channel if you're just finding us for the first time than just watch parties, news, rumors, analysis, game recaps, short-form content, long-form content, all that and more from a lifelong Sixers fans for lifelong Sixers fans. So hit that sub button. Join the movement. The more subs we get, the more watch parties we can do. I know we don't do them too often here on the channel, but as the playoffs start getting closer, the season starts winding down, want to start doing more of them. The more subs we get, that tells my bosses, like, hey, the people care about the channel. They want to see more content. I really do appreciate it. So an up and down start to this game. I want to see if I can find that slam in that sequence here from Grimes to VJ. Yeah, here it is. I'm going to tweak this out, and I'll put it in the chat so those of you who can't watch the game can still see what's going on. All right, so I just tweeted out that Bona block to the VJ lob. I'm putting it in the chat right now if you want to see it over on my Twitter. Dylan Harper checks into the game immediately. Gets a bucket for the Spurs. Of course, the number 2 overall pick in this year's NBA draft, just one ahead of our very own VJ Edgecombe. Here's VJ, rises in the mid-range. He's been muddy from there as of late, but unable to knock that one down. Wemby gets the board, falls over, but able to get it over to a teammate before he does. Here's Devin Vassell, contested 3, but Stephon Castle fighting inside. Got the offensive rebound over 3 Sixers players, and he got fouled on the inside, so he'll go to the line to shoot 2. You can't let Devin Vassell get that rebound if you're Dominick Barlow. Vassell's got some size, but let's see here. Okay, that was more on Maxey, actually. That was more on Maxey. Vassell's first free throw is good. Trendon Watford checked into the game now for Dominick Barlow, who's got a big Band-Aid over his left eye. It looks like he got a cut over that left eye sometime earlier in this game. Good season so far for the UConn product, Stephon Castle. Though he misses the second free throw, Spurs get the offensive rebound. Keldon Johnson swings back to Castle. His corner three-pointer is no good. Good job boxing out that time from the Sixers as Maxey grabs the rebound. Excuse me. Maxey, tough fadeaway 2 is no good. You can just tell the Sixers do not want to go inside. They're taking a lot of jumpers early on. They're scared of Wemby. Here's Castle. Corner to Harper. He fumbles with the ball, being guarded by Maxey. Spin move on Maxey, and he gets right by Tyrese. Off the glass for Dylan Harper. Impressive bucket there. Here's Edgecombe. Resets to Watford. Hands it off to his guy, Maxey. 5.5 to play in this first quarter. Maxey to Watford. Had an open corner 3, but Wemby came to contest, so he passes it back up to Maxey. And there's the 3-ball for Tyrese Maxey. Getting on the board in this one. And a bad pass. It was actually deflected by Maxey in the other end, so it'll stay with San Antonio. Good to see Maxey get on the board there. Watford got Wemby to bump to a bite in the corner 3. Kicked it back up top to Maxey. Top of the key. Deposited from outside. Here's Vassell off the inbound, guarded by Grimes. Hands off to Castle. Up top, Keldon Johnson. He's short on the 3. Fight for the rebound. And it looks like Watford pushed off of Castle. What do they call us on Castle? Yeah, so Castle was actually holding on to Watford's arm and brought him down. So even though Watford had a hold of his jersey, the foul actually does go on Castle. The rookie out of Arizona for San Antonio, Carter Bryant, a guy we talked about a lot leading up to the draft for the Sixers before they, of course, rose up in the lottery to get VJ into the game for Vassell. Maxey hands it off to VJ. Gets it back to Maxey coming off the off-ball screen, little floppy action. It's not there, so they'll reset. Maxey from Bona. Bona attacks Wemby. He is denied, but he gets it right back. Credit to Adem Bona. Got absolutely rejected by Wembanyama, but stuck with it and got the bucket to go. 7-point ball game here. Pick and roll for Castle. Left corner to Dylan Harper. His 3 is off. That's an area of his game he is still trying to grow. In transition, great defense there from Carter Bryant, stripping the ball away from VJ, who looked like he had a free lane. Ball will stay with the Sixers here. 4:22 to play. It's an impressive play, man. When VJ gets downhill, he tends to finish those. Wemby heads to the bench. This is where you got to take advantage. Luke Cornett enters the game for Wembanyama. Justin Edwards into the ball game. Campaign into the ball game as well for your Sixers. Maxey inside. Finds Bona. Bona. Left-handed layup is good. That's what I'm talking about there. When Wemby's not in the game, attack the paint. Hit Fox. His shot's blocked by Maxey. Picked up by Bona. No numbers for Philadelphia. So they'll reset. Here's Watford, a great fake handoff. Oh, Watford with a fake handoff. Got by his man. Tried to throw a lob to Bona, but Bona would have needed to grow another foot. Try to catch that lob. That was way off from Watford. Now here's Dylan Harper. Driving on the smaller Campaign, and he just rises in the mid-range, knocks down the shot. Of course, Dylan Harper is son of Ron Harper, longtime great in the NBA. Here's Payne inside to Watford. Left corner, Edwards knocks it down. Justin Edwards enters the game, making an impact. Hits the left corner triple. It's only a 4-point game. I feel like the Sixers have gotten outplayed all night, but they're only down 4. Carter Bryant will take a 3. He's short. Rebound Maxey. One and done for the Spurs. Now Maxey guarded by Keldon Johnson. He'll attack. He'll step back. Off balance. Kicks it to Edwards. Another 3. Another one for Justin Edwards. 2 for 2 from outside. We knew Edwards was going to get some extended action with no Oubre tonight. He's taken advantage of the opportunity. A quick 6 points for Justin Edwards. Now here's Harper, fouled by Payne, and they're getting a little chippy. Harper didn't like the foul from Payne holding on to Harper's arm. And the refs have to separate the two as well as a timeout on the floor. Good job by the Sixers to kind of quell that early run by the Spurs. And they're only down 1. "21 people watching. Let's get this comment section going, man. Where are my real ones at? Type those PHIs if you're here hanging out. Obviously, if you're watching on TV, a little harder to comment. But if you're watching on your mobile device, get down in the chat. Let me know that you're here, that you're hanging out. So good start. Or I should say, good last few minutes for the Sixers here. This lineup out there on the floor, really over the last few minutes, with Watford a +9. Excuse me. Getting over a little bit of a cold here, so if I sound a little stuffy, that is why. Watford a +9 in his couple of minutes here. Campaign a +6. Edwards a +6. That was after early on. You know, Watford came in for Barlow, who was a -10 in his 6 minutes. And that is how we are here with this 1-point ball game. Really good stuff from Edwards with his 6 points, game high. Maxey already 5 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. VJ Edgecombe having a tough one, just 1 of 7 from the field so far. Good minutes from Edgecombe, though. I think he's fighting hard on the interior. Even when Wemby was in there. Doing a better job than what we've seen out of Edgecombe over the past couple of weeks. Keeping an eye around the rest of the NBA as well. A lot of games going on. Cavs, Pistons is one to keep an eye on if you're the Sixers. Cavs are up by 3. We want the Cavs to lose as many games as possible. The Heat are up on the Nets. They're going to win that game. Heat, another team that we want to lose a bunch of games. Knicks up 11 against the Raptors right now. We'll take that. We also want the Raptors to lose a bunch of games. Knicks probably too far ahead of the Sixers for us to catch up to them. Magic up by 10 over the Wizards. Magic, another team to root against for. Really, every team around you in the East. You're going to want to be rooting against if you're Philadelphia. Get those PHIs in the chat. 2:30 left in this first quarter. All right, coming out of break here, Dylan Harper will be at the line after getting fouled by Cameron Payne. Harper's first free throw is good. Second one also drops in for Harper, so back up to a 3-point lead now for the Spurs. Here is Watford. Off to Maxey. He'll get a screen from Bona. Picked up by Fox. Corner pass to Watford. He'll pull from the corner, well short on that corner attempt by Trendon Watford. Spurs back the other way. Carter Bryant over to Fox. Fox step back 3 over Edwards. His shot's no good. Long rebound, tracked down by Tyrese Maxey. His 5th already of the game. Here's Maxey, floater. He thought he was fouled in the floater. No call, but Sixers steal it right back. Watford out to Maxey. 3, good! Tyrese Maxey ties this ball game up. Now here's Fox. Pass inside to Carter. Over to Johnson on the cut. Keldon Johnson gets the layup to go. Spurs immediately retake the lead right back. Here's Maxey. Left corner to Bona. Back up top to Campaign. I think he had Edwards in the corner. Didn't pass it to him. Now Payne. Left corner, or left wing triple, I should say, is no good for Trendon Watford. Certainly not his game. Although you'd like to see him hit some more of those. Keldon Johnson nearly walks. Able to get it back up top to Fox, who slings it to the corner. Carter Bryant, the rookie, knocks down the left corner 3. Carter Bryant, a terrific defender and a good corner 3-point shooter. He shows it right there. Here's Watford inside. Little push shot with the right hand, no good. And the Spurs able to get out and run after that miss. Leads to a dunk from Carter Bryant. All of a sudden, Spurs back up by 7. Sixers moving the ball around here. Campaign has it on the right side of the court. Guarded by Keldon Johnson. He'll step back from 3. Campaign! How about that little step back 3 from Cameron Payne, who's really struggled with the Sixers so far this season. But good to see him get one going early here. Cutting the lead back down to 4. Shot clock at 10. Game clock at 13. Here's De'Aaron Fox being guarded by Edwards. Good defense from Edwards. Fox has to give it up. Dylan Harper, top of the key 3. He buries it. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Maxey from half court. Nearly banked it in. Nearly banked it in, did Maxey from half court. A very fast-paced first quarter. And the Spurs will take the lead going into quarter number 2. 32-25, San Antonio up. Overall, not an awful first quarter for the Sixers. The first few minutes, really the first 6 minutes, were pretty bad, but they were able to kind of keep things tight. Not let it get out of hand early on. "23 people watching. If you have not already, be sure to hit that thumbs up icon, like the stream. Can we get up to 20 likes here on the program? It'll get more people in here. Do appreciate it. Let's see if we can't get some of these stats to work here. We've had some issues today with some of these stats pulling. But I think we should be able to get this to work now. So see if I can't get these up here for y'all. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. So Tyrese Maxey in this one, 8 points. Just 2 of 7 from the field, but has knocked down a couple of triples already. It was a tough early start, but good to see him knock down a couple now. Does have 5 rebounds as well, so what was that, 40, 41? Points, rebounds, and assists I took on Prize Picks. The more on that for Maxey, so a pretty good start, especially considering he's just 2 of 7 from the field. Tough start for VJ, just 1 of 6. I wanted to see a big game out of Quentin Grimes. Not a bad first stint for him. Just 2 shots taken, but does have an assist. For Wemby, 2 points, 3 rebounds, and already has, I want to say 2 or 3, 4 blocks already for Wembanyama. In his 3 career games against the Sixers, he's averaged 5.7 blocks per game. He's already almost at that mark, which is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Let's see if we can't get this on the court to work here. No, I don't think that's going to work. That's all right. Dylan Harper, the lead man so far for San Antonio, 11 points. For Dylan Harper on 4 or 5 shooting as the second quarter is underway. Champagnie over to Cornette. Hand off to Harper. Kicks to the corner. De'Aaron Fox can't get the 3 to go. Adembona able to track down that rebound. Champagnie off the screen, gets a good look, knocks down his second 3 of the night. This is what the Sixers needed in a game where they're missing a lot of their top guys. You need some of these other guys to step up. Champagnie with 2 triples, Justin Edwards with 2 triples. Sixers down just 4. Cornette hands it off to Fox. Swings it up top. Another 3 for Harper. Good again. Dylan Harper up to 14 points. He is feeling it. Peter Thurman in the chat. What's going on, Peter? Looking good, Chip. Appreciate it. A legend, a real one, is Peter Thurman here on the channel. Here's Grimes. He'll take from outside. His 3-pointer no good. Had another good look at it as well. Couldn't get it to go. Here's Keldon Johnson. Gets right by Justin Edwards. Poor defense there from Edwards. Gets the layup to go. Here's Payne attacking. Gets it inside to Bona. Hard foul from Cornette. The Sixers bench doesn't like that one. And I think they're going to review this for a potential flagrant foul. Kornet. Let's see the replay here. Bona got by him. A very hard foul on Kornet. Kind of wrapped Bona up around the shoulders with the left and then came down and smacked on the ball with the right. I don't think that's a basketball play, man. He took Bona down. This is a great point by Peter Thurman. That was a WWE move right there. So the refs will take a look to determine if there was any hostile act on the play. Let's see. Yeah, so they're going back and showing Bona and Kornet have kind of been going back and forth a little bit. At the end of that first quarter on the Maxey half-court heave, Bona kind of ran over Kornet. And now Kornet kind of gets him back a little bit. The more I see that again, they're going to call a flagrant foul, penalty 1 on Kornet. So a flagrant foul 1 on Kornet. It'll be 2 shots, and the Sixers will maintain possession. Obviously, Kornet does not like the call, but I think that's the right call there. It was really the force of which he came down with the right and then dragging him down with the left as well. So Bona will get 2 shots, and Philadelphia will maintain possession. What's up, Peter Thurman? Being a real one, getting in the chat. You want to be a real one? Get down to the comment section. We can chop it up. So first free throw here from Adem Bona. Does get that first one to fall. Bona makes him count. Knocks down both free throws. And now Sixers will get another possession here, thanks to the flagrant. Seven-point ball game early in the second quarter. Here's Grimes out there with VJ, Bona, Edwards, and Champagnie. VJ just 1 of 6 so far. He'll attack Kornet. His shot might have been blocked, but it's stolen right back off the bad pass from San Antonio by Quentin Grimes. That's twice now that's happened. Spurs turning it over in the backcourt. Here's Champagnie. Step back 3 is blocked by Kornet. Spurs have a 2-on-1. Champagnie attacks VJ, lobs it up to Kornet. He dunks it home. Not much VJ can do there. Back up to a 9-point game. Champagnie off the screen. Gets in the paint. His floater's good. Champagnie 8 points early. He's feeling it. Reminiscent of Champagnie from a couple of years ago when he gave the Sixers some life after they traded Patrick Beverley away for him in 2023. Or 24, that would be, actually. Keldon Johnson gets inside. Gets Bona to jump on the pump fake. And he lays it up and in. Few buckets here for Keldon Johnson attacking the basket. Payne up top to Bona, gets it right back. Payne another floater with a left. Same shot, same result for Cameron Payne. Good early start here for Payne. Nearly steals it from Harper. Harper gets it back. He falls. And as he slipped, his foot touched on the baseline. That'll be another turnover. Sixer ball. Great job by Payne to knock the ball away from Harper, who then slipped. That foot went out of bounds. Another turnover for the Spurs. How about Champagnie with 10 points, leading the way for the Sixers? That's what Philadelphia's going to have to do if they want to win this one. Create some turnovers, get some easy buckets. Here's VJ Edgecombe, guard on the perimeter by Wembanyama tried to dump it inside to Drummond, but the length of Wemby jumped up and stole the pass. Wow. Now Wemby. A little bit of a wild shot there from Wembanyama. Can't get it to go. Drummond back in the game gets the rebound. Here's VJ Edgecombe. Tries to kick it in the corner to Edwards. It's knocked out of bounds by Champagnie. Peter Thurman says, come on, chat, let's go. Let's go. If you're in the chat, let's get it going. Who else will step up in this game? I want to see Grimes step up in this one. He's only got 2 points so far. He's another guy I want to see have a big night. VJ inbounds it to Drummond. Drummond will hand it right back to VJ. Now over to Grimes. Rises up over De'Aaron Fox, but that three-pointer clanks off the front iron. Carter Bryant back the other way. And Champagnie drawing the charge on Carter Bryant. So, are they going to call a block? No, they will call the offensive foul. I was going to say, that was pretty clearly a charge. So, Champagnie with 10 points and drawing a charge there. Love what I've seen from Champagnie tonight. You really need it. He has not been good. Quentin Grimes is fouled on the perimeter by Devin Vassell. Andre Drummond will take a rare wing three. Most of his threes come from the corner. He nearly airballed that one. And now Castle drives inside on Edgecombe, but great defense from VJ. Out of bounds. Sixers with another forced turnover against San Antonio here. Now here's Grimes. Corner. Drummond will take another three. Another one won't go for Drummond, but great fight from Edwards trying to get the offensive rebound. Knocked out of bounds. Stays with Philadelphia. Great hustle and effort there from first Edwards and then Quentin Grimes to keep possession for the Sixers. They'll have 14 to shoot. 7:21 left to go in the ballgame. Down 41-34. Here's Champagnie. Screen from Drummond. Another three for Payne. Just off. Looked good off the hand. Wembanyama falls down in the corner. Not sure what happened there. Here's Castle. Drives right by Grimes, and I think that was Champagnie who reached in unnecessarily. Castle got to the hoop, dunked it home, and he'll go to the line. Looking to complete the three-point play. Yeah, it was Champagnie who reached in very unnecessarily. Should have just let Castle shoot it. Sixers will take a timeout with 7 to play. Down 43-34. All right, well, we have a break here in this second quarter. Take a second to tell you once again about our sponsor today. That is Prize Picks. Shoot your shot on Prize Picks and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. That's right. Prize Picks is now giving you $50 in lineups when you sign up and play your first $5. Prize Picks makes every dunk, every dime, and every board that much more exciting. So don't miss the chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks. It's super simple to play. All you got to do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stats, and you can win some big-time money. It's a great way to get involved on sporting action that you might not be super invested in otherwise. Some great new features on Prize Picks, including early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. And with the new social feeds feature, you can share Prize Picks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. My 3-pick power play for tonight's game. I went Tyrese Maxey more than 41.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Victor Wembanyama more than 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And the demon pick, VJ Edgecombe, more than 19.5 points. It's simple as that. And we got a great deal for you guys as well Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. And Peter Thurman, I just saw your tweet. No more threes from Drummond. I'm good. I don't need to see any more Andre Drummond threes. I think we've seen enough. They're leaving you open for a reason, Drummond. Not good minutes from Andre tonight. So take a look at my Prize Picks lineup. More than 41.5 PRAs from Maxey. He's got, 8 plus 5 is 13, plus 2 assists is 15. So not a terrible start, but still a ways to go there. I had more than 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists for Wemby. He's only got 2 points, 4 rebounds here tonight, so 1 assist. So 7? He's certainly got a long way to go more than that 39.5 number. And I took Edgecombe, the demon pick, more than 19.5 points. He's only got 2. But that's the beauty of it. Plenty of game left to be played. How about Cameron Payne, man? 10 points. Knocking down 2 threes, taking a charge. Like what I'm seeing there. He's been the story of this one, really. For the Sixers. Keeping this one at least somewhat close, although now it's up to an 11-point ball game. Knicks up 10 over the Raptors at half. Heat up 15 over the Nets at half. Magic up by nearly 20 against the Wizards. Cavs up by 11 against Detroit. That is some of what we got going on. Castle, coming out of timeout, knocks down the free throw to complete the three-point play. Ten-point lead for the Spurs. Edgecombe, right-handed floater, no good. Good stuff from Drummond, though, to tap it up and in off the offensive rebound. That's what I need to see out of Andre Drummond. Peter Thurman, I know why Drum's shooting threes. 33 years ago, Manute Bol hit 6 threes. Speaking of threes, Julian Champagnie knocks down the corner 3. Yeah, he thinks he's Manute Bol out here. Peter Thurman typing those 7-6s. Who else is going to match him? Type those 7-6s. Here's Drummond. His shot is blocked by Wemby. It's impossible to score inside against Victor Wembanyama. Now Wemby will take a deep 3. Knocks it down. Unfair that he can block shots like that and then hit deep threes like that. That was several feet behind the three-point line. Sixers all of a sudden down 14. Here's another corner 3 from Drummond. Once again, what do you know? It's no good. I'm sorry, Peter. I wish I could tell Drummond to stop taking them, but he won't listen to me. Nearly another steal for the Sixers. Here's Wemby. He'll reset with 14 to shoot. He'll go one-on-one against Drummond. He'll pass it over to Champagnie, who gives it right back to Wemby. Wemby gets Drummond a bite on the pump fake 3. Kicks it to a wide-open Devin Vassell in the corner. His shot's good. There's also a foul. What just happened here? So somebody ran over Wembanyama on the shot from Vassell. So I think the 3 will count. And then Drummond shoved Wemby. So now Wemby will get a free throw. An unorthodox 4-point play coming for the Spurs. This has been a brutal stretch in the second quarter. This was a 1-point game. Wembanyama has 5 points, 5 rebounds, and 5, count them, 5 blocks. Does miss the free throw, though. So it remains a 53-36 ball game. Sixers got to make a run. Maxey back on the floor. Here's Grimes, screen from Barlow, and he'll be fouled. Grimes will by Carter Bryant on the perimeter. He was grabbing at Grimes. Need to see VJ get it going, Grimes get it going. It can't just be all the other guys out there. Inbound pass is stolen by Vassell. He slams it home. Not sure who inbounded that, but it was an awful pass. Vassell stole it with ease. I wonder what Nick Nurse is thinking. Probably some things I can't say on air. Another foul on the perimeter against Grimes. That's Vassell picking up the foul, trying to guard QG. Come on, Sixers. Another turnover for Philadelphia, stolen again by Vassell. His layup's blocked by VJ, though. Good hustle by Edgecombe not to give up on the play. Looked like an easy layup coming for Devin Vassell, but Edgecombe said, not today. Ball will stay with the Spurs, though. Hey, yeah, I'll tell you what, Peter, they just showed Nurse in the broadcast. He does not look happy as Vassell gets right by Grimes on the inbound. Grimes had to foul him. That's on Grimes. It was Watford who inbounded it to Grimes in that live ball turnover, and Grimes just didn't attack the pass. Cast space, Wemby flopping. I've seen Wemby fall over a few times already in this game. First free throw is good for Devin Vassell. Justin Edwards checks back in. Had those couple early threes. We'll see if he can recapture some of that. Vassell, another free throw, good. Peter, Q-Dot not looking good? No, he's not. I was hoping, a few games ago, he had a pretty good stretch, but has not been able to maintain that. He's been pretty bad over the last few months. Maxey, unable to get the step back mid-range to go. Sixers down 21. This could get ugly. Castle, beautiful pass to Champagnie in the corner. Swings it over to Bryant, over to Castle. Pass fake, back to Carter Bryant. His three falls again. It is a 60-36 ball game. This is disgusting. Just good movement there from the Spurs. Sixers try to play scramble defense. And they are down 24 points. Yikes. This team needs Embiid back desperately. Sixers, to no surprise, are a completely different team when he's out there. And Peter, that emoji right there is exactly how I'm feeling. A face palm. Oh, man. How did the Sixers get something going here? They got to figure something out. Appreciate all the new subscribers here tonight. I know this game has been tough, but plenty more season to go. We're with you every step of the way. Lifelong Sixers fan. Just trying to provide the best coverage I can for all of you. So hit that sub button if you're looking for a place to get nonstop Sixers coverage. And it's 100% free. It's 100% free to hit that sub button and stay in the know on everything going on with Philadelphia. And with a back-to-back coming tomorrow against Utah, you got to wonder if the Sixers are already looking ahead to that one. With 4:16 left to go in the second quarter, they are down 24 points. Maybe I'm bad luck, man. Last Sixers game I did is when they got blasted by the Knicks, and now they're getting blasted by the Spurs. Maybe I got to wait for Embiid to be back to do another game. But that's why, I'm here with you through the highs and the lows. Oh, Peter. On a crazy note, I tore my left bicep, not enough to have it repaired, which proves that I am a Sixers fan. Oh, jeez. Peter, I hope you're doing well, man. I hope your recovery. Good thing, it's great you don't have to get it surgically repaired or anything like that. That would be, of course, a whole process. I've been through a couple surgeries in my life, but Peter, I hope you recover well. Praying for you, man. But yeah, very, very, very typical. Proves that I am a Sixers fan. Just picked up another subscriber. Shout out to that new subscriber. If that was you, type me in the chat. Give you a little shout out. I'm also keeping an eye on my Clemson Tigers. They're down 3 with 12 seconds to go. Now 10 seconds, I call it timeout. Thomas Bridges. Shout out to Thomas Bridges. Appreciate you, man. All right, we're back from break. Sixers need this halftime desperately to make some adjustments. The worst part is the Sixers are the worst third quarter team in the NBA, and they're already down 24. Maybe them being down so much can change things a little bit. Yeah, Peter says, welcome to the family. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Trying to grow this community here on 76ers Now. All right, here's Maxey, guarded by Wembanyama. Maxey will try to take him off the dribble, gets inside. Good job from Maxey. Little right-handed floater up and over the outstretched arms of Wembanyama. That's a difficult shot to hit. Maxey did just that. Oh, foul in the perimeter. Justin Edwards was hounding Stephon Castle. I thought he was playing good defense, but they're going to call a foul. Oh, Wemby actually could have blocked that shot, but he was a little late to it. Would have been a goaltend. Now here's Castle inside, draws the foul on Edwards and gets the shot to go. Difficult shot from Castle. It'll be an and one. The second-year player, Stephon Castle. Foul goes on Justin Edwards. Castle to the line for one more. Last year's Rookie of the Year, Stephon Castle, averaging just under 17 points a game this year. Although McCain might have won that if he didn't get hurt last year. A 31-13 advantage in the second quarter for the Spurs. Foul off the ball on Stephon Castle. Sixers in the bonus, so Maxey will go to the line here. Thomas Bridges sending in a $5 super chat. Spurs giving the Sixers that BTA. I'll pop that up here for you as soon as that comes through our system. Thank you so much, Thomas. Read that out as soon as it comes through here. Maxey knocks down the free throws. Here's Wemby inside, guarded by Bona. Stolen away by VJ. Behind the back pass to Maxey, who dunks it home. What a sequence there. Great steal from VJ, and then an even better pass. Thomas Bridges, a.k.a. Bill Pollock, with a $5 super chat. Give it up in the chat for Bill, a.k.a. Thomas Bridges. Spurs giving the Sixers that BTA as the Spurs score on the other end. Tell Chase I said go Spurs, go. Oh, man. Chase is probably not having a good time looking at the score of this game right now. Watford inside to Bona, bodies Wembanyama. And they're going to call an offensive foul? That's just a simple back down. You're telling me 6'9" Bona just knocked down 7'4" Wemby like that? I think that's a flop. Clemson lost. Ugh. Gets even worse. Thank you so much for the 5. We do have a super chat menu here tonight. All super chats get a shout out. $5. I'll give you a beer cheers. So I owe you a little beer cheers here. Get the Miller Lite on deck as we go to commercial break with 2:44 left to play. Tell you what, I need some of this, man. I need some of this. Cheers, Thomas Bridges, a.k.a. Bill Pollock. Thank you so much for that. Ah. $5, I'll give you a beer cheers like I just did. You send in $10, you become a member of the Bell Ringers Club here on 76ers Now. Of course, before every Sixers home game, they ring the bell at center court. And so anyone who sends in $10 becomes a part of an exclusive club here. That includes Peter Thurman. Peter Thurman, Lord Buddy Bear, and Christian Malley are members of our Bell Ringers Club here. I know Peter and Christian are in the building tonight. Lord Buddy Bear is a chat sports legend. So $10, you become a part of that exclusive club. Man, that was a bad call. Bad call. That should absolutely have been a foul on Wemby. And I think the Sixers actually challenged this. I think that's why we went to a break. Peter Thurman, $10 super chat. Peter. I told y'all. If you don't know, now you know. Peter is an absolute legend. $10, have one for me. This is going to be a long game. Yes, it is, brother. Yes, it is. Cheers. Seven points, 5 rebounds, 5 blocks, and a steal for Wembanyama. Peter, I'll give you a couple since you sent in the 10. Cheers. And the offensive foul is going to stand. The Sixers did challenge the call, but they said nothing clear and conclusive to overturn the call. They said Wemby was in a legal guarding position. I disagree. But Sixers lose a challenge, lose a timeout, and it'll be an offensive foul on Bona. Caspace 8. I hope I'm saying that right. Caspace? Let me know if I'm saying that right. Wemby is weak. Yeah, he is weak. Bill Pollock, another $10 super chat. I'll get to that here in a second. Sixers down by 24. Here's Vassell. Champagnie, corner 3, off, rebound Maxey. Over to Watford. Watford, floater. No good, but he's fouled on the shot. So he'll go to the line here to shoot 2. Another 10 from Bill. Becomes a member of the Bell Ringers Club. Ring that cracked Liberty Bell. Ask Chase about the legend of Bill Pollock. Thanks for letting me trash talk. Oh, of course. All good, man. Go Spurs, go. It's all love. It's all love. And, of course, I'll give you some beer cheers. I'll be sure to ask Chase about it. Now a $20 super chat. My dad getting in on the action. We're up to $45 in supers here tonight. Shout out to you guys. I got some drinks to hand out, as both free throws are good for Watford. I'll give you a couple of beer cheers here, Bill. Here's Wemby. Finds Champagnie in the corner. Bounces around the rim a couple times. No good. Bona gets the rebound, but it's stripped by Castle. Now Vassell, corner 3 is good. Oh, jeez. So Thomas, unfortunately, we don't have the actual Liberty Bell anymore. We don't know where that thing went. We'll try to get another one here at some point by the playoffs. But for now, you are a member of the Bell Ringer MVP Club. Tough layup by Tyrese Maxey on the other end. And then he steals it. Back from Wemby on the inbounds. Pulls a three, no good. Rebound, VJ up and in. Some good hustle plays for the Sixers here. Still fighting, down 21. Sixers still fighting. They go to a zone here. Spurs break it, though, and a three-pointer is good for Champagnie. Sixers tried going zone, and the Spurs knew exactly what to do with it. Watford drives in again, blocked by Wemby, but that's going to be a goaltend. That was 100% on the way down, so count the basket there for Watford. Yeah, that was well on the way down. Bill, I gave you a beer cheers. Here's another one for the 10. And then how about the 20 from my dad? It's the NBA. As Carter Bryant's three is no good, but Stephon Castle flies in with the putback jam. It's the NBA. You can be down 30 and come back. Sixers win 112-111. I hope so. It's a long game. Watford, another floater is good. He's been really going to that right-handed floater a lot here tonight. Vassell knocks down a long triple. The Spurs just have everything going here tonight. They have 76 points in the first half. Maxey's layup is no good. And about a 1 second difference between shot clock and game clock. Spurs will hold for the final shot. Caspe, sorry, I'm Japanese, not good at English. Honestly, I couldn't even tell. If you never said something, I wouldn't have known that. I think your English has been perfectly fine. Lob from Castle to Champagnie. Spurs are running away with this one. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Edgecombe fouled on a three, takes a hard fall on his back, and VJ's down holding his back. VJ raced up the floor, tried to get a shot up before the clock expired. Carter Bryant fouled him from behind. VJ took a weird fall right on his back, and he is feeling it. Absolutely a foul there. But the concern right now is for VJ Edgecombe. Oh. Man, that's a hard fall. Right on his back. On that tailbone. He will stay in the game. He's limping around a little bit. You can tell he's feeling it. Just 0.2 seconds left to play, so he will get 3 free throws. But we'll see what happens at halftime here. VJ does come out for the second half. That looked like it hurt. Gotta hope he's okay. That's the only concern right now. Misses the first free throw, does VJ. He's still holding that lower right side on his back. Free throw number 2. That one's good for Edgecombe. VJ goes 2 of 3 from the line to take us to the break. Sixers down 78-53. So we'll head to the break. Sixers down big. Shout out to my dad again for this $20 super check. Gets us up to $45 in supers. Thomas Bridges, a.k.a. Bill Pollock as well, sending in some super chats. And the real one, Peter Thurman. I do love this broadcast here from NBC with the throwback style. It's pretty sick. I just wish Philadelphia was putting up more of a fight. Couple beer cheers for the super. I'm going to need a lot more of these the way this game's going. Oh, man. Taking a look at some numbers here. Maxey goes into the half, 13 points, 5 rebounds. It's just been tough for the Sixers on the inside. Maxey's 2 of 3 from 3, but just 2 of 7 from inside the arc. His in-between game has not been there tonight. He's coming off a pretty bad game against the Spurs as well. VJ Edgecombe, just 2 points here tonight. Although I think that actually isn't updated. Hold on. Because he should have more than that. Yeah, VJ's up to 6. Sorry about that. 2 of 9 from the field, though. Maxey actually is up to 15. 15 and 6 for Maxey. I would love to see more from Grimes. Just 2 points for him on 1 of 4 shooting. Champagnie gave the Sixers some good minutes. Barlow has been extremely quiet here tonight. Not logging any stats. Excuse me. Edwards hit a couple threes early, but outside of that, we haven't really seen from him very much. We haven't seen Jabari Walker here tonight. Andre Drummond's been pretty bad. Why is Drummond taking 4 threes and a half? What are we doing? What are we doing? I thought Dembona's actually giving the Sixers some good stuff here tonight. 6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. But again, you're down 25. You're down 25. And that's really all to speak of there for the Sixers. On the Spurs side of things, Wemby with 7 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Does have 3 turnovers. Also has 5 blocks. He has dominated this game defensively on the interior. And it's kind of been a pretty well spread out game for San Antonio. How about Dylan Harper with 14 first half points? Showing out here in Philly. Devin Vassell has 13. He's knocked down 3 threes. Stephon Castle also has 13 and 7 assists to go along with 4 rebounds. He's on triple-double watch. He's been really, really good. De'Aaron Fox has kind of just played a facilitating role. Only 1 of 4 from the field, but he's got 6 assists, kind of setting everything up here. Champagnie's hit a couple threes. He's got 10 points to go along with 5 rebounds. Carter Bryant has 8 points. He's also hit a couple of threes. I mean, everywhere you look, every Spurs playing great. 6 points for Keldon Johnson. Luke Cornett with a couple of buckets, or with a couple of points, I should say, off his 1 basket. So this one has been rough. If you want the Sixers to come back in this one, let's get the chat going again. Let's get some PHIs going. Need like a little 10-0 run. Even more than that, 15-0 run for the Sixers coming out of the break if they want something going here. Peter Thurman, crazy how ex-Sixers always make us pay. It feels like every time the Sixers play a former player of their squad, they always end up playing well. Of course, Julian Champagnie did spend a little bit of time with the Sixers. Peter Thurman typing those PHIs. Little cup of tea. He only played 2 games for Philadelphia back in 2022, 2023. But he's carved out a nice career. He's averaging 11 points a game this year for the Spurs, 6 rebounds, shooting 38% from 3. My mom typing those PHIs. Cash Space typing those PHIs, as is Peter Thurman. Can the Sixers make a run in this one? We shall see. I'll tell you what, on throwback night, this is anything but a throwback game for the Spurs. 78 points at half. That's how much teams were scoring in entire games back in the day. Just ugly stuff. Another reminder, if you haven't already, to hit that sub button. What does Hannah Storm have on? I missed it. A little floral suit for Hannah Storm. It's an interesting outfit right there. Good to see Isaiah Thomas on the throwback broadcast as well. Cool aesthetics here. But tough to enjoy when Philadelphia is down by 25. We've had 900 people join us here tonight. Appreciate everybody who's tuned in and stuck with us through this tough game. I get it, man. I get it. She looks like she's paying a tribute to Prince and the Revolution. That would be a throwback. Yeah, maybe some intention there from her on what she's wearing here tonight. Silver Paz, when are we going to get an NBA team instead of a G League team? I mean, look, he got 3 starters out in Oubre, Paul George, and Joel Embiid. That certainly would make a difference in this game, but especially Embiid in a matchup against Wembanyama. Beasley's second half's going to get better. I hope so. The problem is the Sixers have been the worst third-quarter team in the NBA all season long. A G League team from Silver Paz. It's kind of what they're looking like right now, man. Five blocks for Wembanyama. 4 of those came in the first quarter, I believe. And, of course, we're going to wait to hear any update on VJ Edgecombe. We took a hard fall at the very end of that first half. Fell on his back. Hopefully he's okay. Some fun Sixers history. On this day in 2006, Allen Iverson and the Sixers took down the Wizards 119-113. Iverson finished with 47 points and 12 assists. And a sick crossover. Crossing up Antonio Daniels of the Wizards in that win. Chris Webber had 30, 12, and 8 for the Sixers in that game. Gilbert Arenas for the Wizards, talk about throwback, had 33 in that one. Doesn't help you here, though. Peter Thurman, the draft pick they got from McCain better be a big man. I think it has to be. I mean, Drummond's going to be gone. He's been ineffective anyways. Bone has been up and down, inconsistent. You need an impact big man. You better make that draft pick count because Jared McCain's been playing some good basketball for the Oklahoma City Thunder since he arrived there in OKC. Peter, you were at that game? That is sick. What was that, 20 years ago today? Did I say 06? Yeah, 20 years ago today. That's super cool, man. Must have been a great game to watch. I wish I got to see Prime AI play in person, or at least on the TV. I was born in 01, so I was only 5 years old when this game happened. Actually, only 4 at the time. Hadn't even turned 5 yet. How about this? Shout out RB Philly, friend of the show, tweeting this out. The Sixers bench in this game has 28 points. The Sixers starters have 25. Love to see the bench get it going, but the starters got to do something. A lot of that is Grimes hasn't done anything. VJ has barely done anything. Barlow has 0 points, and Drummond's been really bad. All right, second half about to get underway here. Oh, and VJ Edgecombe is out for the remainder of the game with lower back soreness. That's not good. Gonna do a quick YouTube short here on the VJ Edgecombe injury. They're calling it lower back soreness. He will not return. A little behind the scenes look at how we get some content done here on the program. You can say you were here. I was here. All right, let's record this real quick. Sixers down 25 at halftime to the San Antonio Spurs, but the bigger concern is VJ Edgecombe took a hard fall at the very end of the first half, trying to get a 3 up to beat the clock. Was fouled by Carter Bryant, took a hard fall on his back, right on that tailbone, and immediately you could see he was in some discomfort. Sixers just announced he will not return for the second half of this game, and so you have to hope now with this lower back soreness, is what the Sixers are calling it, that there's no long-term concerns here for VJ Edgecombe. Sixers have another game tomorrow on Wednesday night against the Utah Jazz. So we'll see any updates we get on VJ and that back. We will let you know, but certainly some concern for the Sixers' third overall pick. That's how it's done. One take. One take. God, that sucks. So let me get this up real quick. Still not back from halftime. So if you're just joining us, VJ Edgecombe is out for the second half. He will not return with lower back soreness. Man. Let the drinking begin. Peter, I'm right there with you, man. See if I can get a good picture here of VJ. All right. Getting this up on the channel. Oh, VJ Edgecombe, concern for VJ. Concern for VJ. Tyrese Maxey, Champagnie, Quentin Grimes, Dominick Barlow, and Devin Vassell will start the second half. De'Aaron Fox gets a left-handed layup to go to start our second half scoring. And Maxey's fouled by Castle on the perimeter. Oh, man, they show that replay of the VJ fall. Not good. Sixers were already down as the Sixers turn it over. Wemby steals it from Maxey. The Sixers were already down Oubre, Paul George, and Embiid, now without VJ. Devin Vassell gets a 3 to go. It's a 30-point game. Dominick Barlow, right corner three's no good. Castle gets inside, fadeaway jumper, no good. Maxey gets all the way to the hoop. His layup is good. Sorry, just getting this video up this short on this Edgecombe injury. Castle drives right by Dembona. His layup is good. 85-55 ball game. All right, that is up. Champagnie gets inside. The left-hand layup. Good contest from Wemby. No good for Champagnie. It's been all pain for the Sixers. Oh, speaking of Champagnie, though, gets a steal there. Dishes it off to Grimes, who smokes the layup. It was a tough pass. Grimes kind of caught it low, had to bring it up high, unable to get it to go. Champagnie too hard off the glass. Sixers back the other way. Maxey floater's good. Castle, crossover on Barlow. Corner to Fox. Gets Grimes to jump and banks in the little mid-range jumper. Got Grimes in the air, and it was over from there. Maxey off the screen from Bona. His three-pointer around and out. Wemby corrals the board. 87-57. Wemby nearly slams it home over Bona. They're going to call a foul. I didn't really see the contact there. Kind of looked like Wembanyama just missed the dunk. He did get him on the shoulder. He did get him on the shoulder. Wemby to the line. Free throw's good for Wembanyama. 1 of 2 from the line for Wemby. Maxey, another floater. In and out. Doesn't go for Maxey. Spurs are running. Devin Vassell, corner 3. Book it. Spurs trying to push their lead to 40. Cameron Payne off the bonus screen. Finds Maxey. Good look from 3. That's how it's gone all night, man. No good there for Maxey on the wide open triple. Spurs get it to Wemby inside. Acrobatic shot from Wembanyama is good for 2. Maxey the other way. Fouled before the shot. Maxey was bumped by Champagnie. Threw up a wild shot. Went in, but they're going to say it's on the floor. Peter, AI crossover was mean in that game. Gil doesn't like to talk about it. I could totally see Gilbert Arenas not liking to talk about that. He's a funny guy, man. He's a funny guy. Does a lot of media, podcasting, that sort of thing. Does Gilbert Arenas. Maxey drives inside. Pass deflected. Gets it back. Out to Payne. Shot clock down to 5. Finds Barlow in the corner. Barlow airballs a 3. Vassell the other way. Takes a deep one and knocks it down. This is the kind of game where if this was 2K, I would click sim to end of game and just quit. Sixers down nearly 40. Well, I appreciate everybody who's still here hanging out, even when the Sixers are down by nearly 40 points, 39 to be exact. Well, we have a second here. This game might suck. You know what doesn't is Prize Picks, the sponsor of today's watch party. Shoot your shot on Prize Picks and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. That's right. Prize Picks is now giving you $50 in lineups when you sign up and play your first $5. Prize Picks makes every dunk, every dime, and every board that much more exciting. So don't miss the chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks. It's super simple to play. All you got to do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stats, and you can win some big-time money. It's a great way to get involved on sporting action that you might not be super invested in otherwise. Some great new features on Prize Picks, including early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. And with the new social feeds feature, you can share Prize Picks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. My 3-pick power play for tonight's game. I went Tyrese Maxey more than 41.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Victor Wembanyama more than 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And the demon pick, VJ Edgecombe, more than 19.5 points. It's simple as that. And we got a great deal for you guys as well. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. So, looking at the Prize Picks lineup, you'll notice I had VJ Edgecombe in there, and he, of course, got injured. Prize Picks does have a nice injury reboot policy, so even though Edgecombe obviously will not reach the more than 19.5 points, Prize Picks will not punish you when a player gets injured in the first half, so they'll kind of just take away that pick. So we only need to get the more on Maxey and on Wembanyama to still win some money here tonight, which would, I guess, make things a little bit better. Tyrese Maxey getting more than 41.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He's got 19, 7, and 2, so what is that, 26? Plus 2 is 28, so not too far off there for Maxey. And then I had Wemby more than 39.5 PRAs. He's got 10, 8, and 3, so 21. Also not too far off from that range, but you also got to think, with this game being a 40-point game, how much of some of these guys play once we get to the fourth quarter. So get signed up with Prize Picks today if you're not already. You get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That link is in the chat right now. Peter Thurman, I'm here with you. Thank you, Peter. And still 26 people watching if you're one of those real ones. Type real one in the chat right now. You got to be a real one if you're still here when the Sixers are down by 40 points. I really do appreciate you. Trendon Watford turns it over. Spurs throw it ahead. They'll reset. Watford's had a pretty up and down game. Some good moments, some bad ones. De'Aaron Fox drives right by him. Left hand layup is good. It's officially a 41-point ball game. I don't know what's going on in the Knicks game, but our Knicks host Marshall Green is right next to me. He's going crazy. Maxey inside. Layup is good. I'm pretty much just rooting for my Prize Picks lineup now. Halfway through this third quarter nearly. After that Maxey 2, back down to 39. Tyrese Martin, two-way player, comes into the game for the Sixers. Good defense there from the Sixers. So Jabari Walker also enters the game. Wemby misses the shot. Tyrese Martin corner. Cross-court pass to Edwards. Edwards can't hit the three. Peter Thurman's a real one. We already know that. Officially halfway through this third quarter. Wemby hands off to Vassell. Vassell lobs to Wemby. He's fouled on the lob attempt, so back to the line goes Wembanyama. Sixers are desperately missing their starters that have not played in this one in Oubre, Embiid, and Paul George, and of course now missing VJ Edgecombe as well. De'Aaron Fox can't hit the three. Champagnie grabs the rebound. Watford gets inside, but is stripped once again. Another turnover. Keldon Johnson gets inside. His layup is good. It is 100-59. This is embarrassing. This is shellacking. Jabari Walker, no good on his three-point attempt. It's a bench unit out there already for the Sixers. Watford, Champagnie, Tyrese Martin, Jabari Walker, and Justin Edwards. Sixers, though, do steal it away from Keldon Johnson. Here's Edwards attacking. He's blocked by Vassell. The boos are raining down in Philadelphia. Dylan Harper drives inside against Watford. Uses his strength to just push Watford out of the way. His layup is good with the left hand. Here's Champagnie. Shoots a three, blocked by Wembanyama. He had so much space, and Wemby just closed it so fast. Walker gets the offensive rebound. He's fouled on the putback attempt, so Jabari Walker looks to get on the board here. Some reserves coming in now for the Spurs. Carter Bryant, Luke Cornett will enter the game with 4:21 left to play. Walker's first free throw is good. Sixers down 42. That might be it for some of the starters, man. We might not see some of the starters again. And just to make it even worse, Edgecombe leaves with an injury. Walker knocks down the second. Here's Dylan Harper, screen from Cornett. Harper, too easy to the left hand. Dalen Terry checked into the game for Philadelphia. So the Sixers have two two-way guys out there right now. This is actually a G League lineup. Two two-way guys in Dalen Terry, who drives inside, can't get his layup to go, and Tyrese Martin, a former two-way guy in Jabari Walker, a guy they just signed a week ago in Cameron Payne, and then a second-year player who just got recalled from the G League yesterday in Justin Edwards. This is nuts. Jabari Walker over to Martin. Tyrese Martin right back to Walker. Fumbles with it, nearly loses it. Hands it off to Edwards. Edwards pulls up for two. That won't go. Lowry minutes, framed McCribb. We might see Kyle Lowry tonight. Why not, I guess? Unless he doesn't feel like playing. Dylan Harper, who's been great tonight, gets inside, throws up another floater with the right hand this time for the lefty. He gets that one to go, and this could get to 50 here in a second. Dalen Terry tries to go ISO, nearly loses it, finds Walker in the corner. Jabari Walker knocks down a three. Put all three in. Beauchamp's not active tonight, unfortunately, Peter Thurman. Marjon Beauchamp was just named the G League Player of the Week, but he is not active tonight. Three's no good there for the Spurs. Who is that? Is that Lindy Waters? No pop minutes. He might get in. That is Lindy Waters III out there for the Spurs. Dalen Terry kicks to Edwards, drives in, back to Terry. He attacks the basket, reverse layup, no good. Waters kicks to Carter Bryant, open corner three, nothing but net. Q genius, listen man, I'm sorry, but I need Walker, Painter, Edwards to check foul Carter Bryant. I'll even take a flagrant. Oh man. Walker, another three, no good. That's where we're at right now. Keldon Johnson loses it. Campaign up ahead to Tyrese Martin. Left-hand layup misses everything. Fight for the rebound goes out of bounds. We'll take a timeout on the floor. I believe ball will stay with Philadelphia. Sixers down 111-64. Normally it's $5 for a beer cheers, but the rest of this game, because we're down 50, any super chat of any amount. I got some Miller Lights here. I'll start crushing some Millers. That's probably the most exciting thing we'll see happen here tonight. Man, I feel bad for guys like Bub Costas, Doug Collins having to call this game. They get this throwback NBC game, and this is the trash they have to watch. I feel sorry for the entire country having to watch this game. Matt Croner, damn. Allie, my girlfriend Allie in the chat, down so bad we got this man crushing beers. You're probably going to have to come pick me up, Allie. Oh. This is brutal. Let's take a look around the NBA. At this point, that's all we're worried about. So the Heat are going to beat the Nets. They're going to climb, I believe, within a half game of Philadelphia for the number 6 seed. The Knicks do beat the Raptors, so Raptors losing is good for Philadelphia. The Magic also won tonight. So the Magic should also pull within a half game of the Sixers as well. Cavs did beat the Pistons 113-109, so Cleveland stays hot. Just a well-rounded game for the Cavs, who are playing without Donovan Mitchell. Beating a pretty much fully healthy Pistons team. Man. Through the good and the bad, I got you covered here on the show, so be sure to hit that sub button for year-round Sixers coverage. There will be better games than this ahead, I promise you that. That's why you stick with it. Of course, former Sixer player and coach Doug Collins calling this one here tonight. What a shame that Bob Costas is calling this game, and it's just a blowout. He does great stuff, man. All right, we're back in action. A minute left to go in this third quarter. Turn on Chew Clock. Quentin Grimes is back in the game for the Sixers. Here's Keldon Johnson, step back three. Won't go. Offensive rebound to the Spurs. Dylan Harper drives in. He gets fouled. He'll go to the line for a couple. Peter Thurman! Another $10 super chat from my guy, Peter! Type those. Peter Thurman's in the chat. Show some love to my guy. Type PT for Peter Thurman. Get that super chat up for you, Peter. Thank you so much for that. Game is trash, but the channel is great. Keep up the great work, Peter. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, man. I'll finish off this beer for you. Thank you for still hanging out. I know, it's not a fun one. Not a fun one here tonight. Big thank you for the 10. Ali Wembanyama, please have mercy on us. You spelled his name wrong, Ali. Oh, wow. They just reviewed the play, and there's going to be a flagrant foul called on the Sixers. Somebody hit Harper in the head on the drive. Yeah, it was Champagnie, tried to block the shot, came across with the left, and hit nothing except Dylan Harper's head. It's so hard to spell, I know. Honestly, you only missed the M before the B, Ali. It's Wembanyama. That's the only thing you missed. So honestly, pretty good job. It's like the oldest broadcast team ever. It definitely is. First free throw is good for Harper. Kane Angel, a legend. How you doing, Kane? Legend over at Eagles now. Good to see you here, man. How are the Sixers so far behind? Well, they're missing Joel Embiid, Kelly Oubre, Paul George, and VJ Edgecombe got hurt in this one. The Spurs are one of the best teams in the league. Is it true that Kelly is unwell? Kelly knock? I hope not. We haven't been live in a few weeks, going to the Combine, Super Bowl, a lot going on. I hope not. I hope she's doing all right. I'm not 100% sure, Kane. Obviously I don't want to speculate or say anything without knowing for sure, but I hope she is. Q Genius, there you go. Yeah, Q Genius, you asked for someone to get a flagrant. There you go. There's your flagrant from Champagnie. Oh, I'm talking about Oubre. My fault. That's how you know I'm not even thinking about this game right now. I'm more worried about our family here. I'm not even thinking about the Sixers players, dude. Yeah, Kelly's all right. He's just sick. He came down with an illness this morning. No true worry there. Should be back hopefully tomorrow, but just an illness. That's funny. That's funny. Peter, finish his beer for you. But yeah, Kelly's fine. You had me worried for a second there, King. And I saw Kelly. I was thinking Kelly knock. I was like, oh no. Campaign, sidestep, triples, woo, rimmed out. I thought it was good. It looked like an air ball at first, and then it nearly dropped. Spun around the rim multiple times. Tyrese Martin blocks the three-point shot of Dylan Harper. Grimes throws up a half-court shot at the buzzer, no good. And Spurs up 113-64 heading into the fourth quarter. Oh, $20 super chat from my mom checking in. Getting us up to $75 in super chats. There you go. Everyone type mom in the chat. Tough game, but when the Sixers are healthy, they'll be back. Yeah. Just got to get healthy. Just got to get healthy. Jorge, we lose to the Spurs. Yeah, we're losing to the Spurs badly. Look, they're one of the best teams in the league, and the Sixers have, including VJ, who left at halftime, 4 starters out. So, I say KO Jr. or K. Oubre next time. No, that's on me, man. That's on me. Kelly's obviously Kelly Oubre. I just saw you, and I thought Kelly knock. Just KO would work, too. KO, I know, is Kelly Oubre. Peter. Mom. Shout out to my mom for the $20 super chat. You see my dog, Ozzy, in the profile picture there, rocking his little Eagles shirt. Give a beer cheers for that 20. You know, at the very least, at least we're having a good show here tonight, if nothing else. There's not much to say about this game. Really not much to say. You're down by 74, 84, 94, 104. You're down by 47 points. This was a 1-point game, by the way, after the first quarter. Just so everybody knows. If you weren't here earlier on, the Sixers were down 1 after the first quarter. Now they're down 47. Not much analysis you can give here when you're down 47. But here's the 20 from my mom. Shout out. We're $25 away from $100 in super chats. Can we get there here tonight? That would be electric. That would far and away be the best thing to happen here tonight. Q Genius. Injuries plus a Paul George suspension. The only reason Nick Nurse is still head coach, and I like Nick. You know what's funny, QG, is I talked about that a little bit on today's video from earlier this morning. Go check that one out if you guys haven't already. I was talking about the Oubre news, him getting sick, and talked about this game a little bit, which I said I was worried something like this can happen. And at the end, I did briefly talk about Nick Nurse because I've always been a big Nick Nurse guy. I've always loved him. You know, fans for a little while now, going back to last year's disaster of a season, talked about moving on from Nick Nurse, and I've always defended him, and I've always said I liked him. But I'll be honest, like, I'm not because of this game in particular, right? Obviously, this game, it's already out of hand, and there's a lot of ways to go. It's everybody's fault when you're down this much. But really, just in general, the way the season's gone, I'm a little lower on Nurse now than I did used to be. But cheers. Sixers got outscored 35-11 in that third quarter. Keldon Johnson, no good in the three. We got Dalen Terry, Jabari Walker, Tyrese Martin, Quentin Grimes, and Champagnie out there for the Sixers as Walker gets 2 to go there. Kane Angel, Heat won against the Nets, and the LA Angels won against the Mariners. A little spring training ball there. You're an Angels fan. Interesting. I'm sorry, man. That's a tough one. But yeah, good win for the Heat against the Nets. They're on the Sixers' tails right now, man. Keldon Johnson gets 2 to go. 115-68. Yeah, dude. The Spurs could end up scoring like 140 in this one, and the Sixers won't even score close to 100, as Peter Thurman points out. Peter, I get it, but it all falls on Morey for not making the team better. It does. It goes back to the trade deadline, man. Did absolutely nothing to improve this team, and this is what you get. Now, is that his fault? Is that ownership's fault and Josh Harris for not wanting to go over the luxury tax? We'll see. Dalen Terry was fouled on a layup and then absolutely bricked his first free throw. He is awful. Does make the second. Keldon Johnson loses it. Knocked out of bounds by Walker. Ball will stay with the Spurs. Ken, I never told you that I dislike the Dodgers. Can't stand them. I'm right there with you, man. I cannot stand the Dodgers. They've obviously had some playoff series wins over the Phillies in recent years. I can't stand the Dodgers either. That's a problem with baseball, man. It's like, I like baseball. I do. I like watching. Big Phillies fan, and you know, the Phillies have certainly had their fair share of disappointments, even though they've been pretty good over the past 5 or so years. But, I mean, no salary cap in baseball. A team can spend as much as they want, and credit the Dodgers for being willing to spend that much. But they're also in a big market. There's such an advantage for big market teams in the MLB. They can go out, get whoever they want. They seem to sign the big-name guy every offseason, and they're doing it again this year. Kelly Olynyk into the game for the first time. He traveled with it on the inside. Jordan McLaughlin into the game as well. Former Minnesota Timberwolf in there for the Spurs. Save Josh Harris money because other teams are trash. Yeah, with the Commanders, Devils. Spurs turn it over. 9:30 to play in the fourth. Just get the Sixers out of this game, man. Watford back into the game. Working on Olynyk. Olynyk blocks his shot. McLaughlin finds Olynyk at the top of the key. Hands it off to Keldon Johnson. 7 to shoot. Drives inside. Shot no good. Peter Thurman, we need a running clock to end this one. Yeah. Even on fouls, don't stop the clock. Let it keep going. Jabari Walker slams it home. He's picking himself up some points in garbage time here. Cash base, I love the Phillies. Me too, man. I'm excited for baseball season. Obviously, the Eagles, disappointing end of the year. Sixers are just so inconsistent, up and down, and just frankly mid. Maybe the Phillies can give us some juice. Well, they also tend to disappoint. McLaughlin, corner 3. That's a little strong. No good. Dalen Terry, good pass to Martin inside. Tyrese Martin lays it up and in. Who else is a Phillies fan in here? Peter Thurman, a big Phillies fan. We don't cover baseball really much here at Chat Sports. My guy Jack Lauderay does a great job with our MLB coverage. Mainly covers the Red Sox, but also, does World Series watch parties and hit some of the big topics across the MLB. So mainly NFL and NBA here at Chat Sports. We have an Eagles channel as well. Go check that one out. Eagles Now by Chat Sports. My guy Chase Sr. used to do this Sixers channel. Some of you guys probably are familiar with him. I produced that show, so if you're an Eagles fan as well and aren't subscribed, go subscribe to Eagles Now by Chat Sports as well. And I kind of consider myself a Flyers fan. Like if I were to root for a team, it would be the Flyers in hockey, but I just don't watch hockey. So 7:30 left to play in this fourth quarter. Just put us out of our misery here. Lindy Waters over to Jordan McLaughlin. Inside to, I believe that's Bismack Biyombo. Yeah, it is. Into the game for the Spurs. Terry has it knocked away. Ball will stay with the Sixers. Kane, I have a feeling that we'll have to wait until 7 years for the Eagles to take revenge and win. As the Sixers will call a timeout here, I'm pretty high on the Eagles heading into this season. I know a lot of people aren't, but I like a lot of the hirings they've made this offseason. I think Hurts has a bounce back year. Getting a lot of disrespect for a guy that just won Super Bowl MVP, man. All right, one last time here tonight. Going to tell you about our tremendous sponsor here on the show. It's our friends at Prize Picks. Shoot your shot on Prize Picks and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. That's right. Prize Picks is now giving you $50 in lineups when you sign up and play your first $5. Prize Picks makes every dunk, every dime, and every board that much more exciting. So don't miss the chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks. It's super simple to play. All you got to do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stats, and you can win some big-time money. It's a great way to get involved on sporting action that you might not be super invested in otherwise. Some great new features on Prize Picks, including early payouts. If your player gets off to a hot start, you now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. And with the new social feeds feature, you can share Prize Picks with your friends and copy lineups from winners with a single click. My 3-pick power play for tonight's game. I went Tyrese Maxey more than 41.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Victor Wembanyama more than 39.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And the demon pick, VJ Edgecombe, more than 19.5 points. It's simple as that. And we got a great deal for you guys as well. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Obviously, with the way this game has gone, Maxey and Wembanyama have not played in a little bit, so the blowout not going to help my Prize Picks lineup here tonight. So that's going to be a miss. But it's kind of how it goes when a team is down by 40 points. We're at $75 in Super Chats. Can we get to $100 before we sign off here tonight? We are $25 away. I just cracked this new beer. If we can get to $100 before the game is over, I'll be sure to finish this one, and I could sure use it. $25 away. All right, getting back in action here. This final 7:23. They're showing a behind-the-scenes look of how the NBA on NBC broadcast used to look many years ago. Back in the early days. Very, very cool, man. Back in the early 90s. All things considered, a very cool throwback broadcast. But again, ugly game. Jabari Walker, corner 3 is good. He's had a decent night in garbage time. His counting stats will look pretty decent. Not that it matters. No fouls. Let's just get this one closer to the finish line. Spurs can't connect on the three. Rebound goes to Walker. Dalen Terry over to Walker. He'll take another three. That time, no good. Peter Thurman, back to your comment. I saw this earlier. Hockey is better live. Yeah, I've never been to a hockey game live either, so maybe I got to get to one. Maybe that would ignite my fandom a little bit. Champagnie will take a deep three. Started off his night strong, but has cooled down since. No good there. Officially halfway through this fourth quarter, 6 minutes left to go. Ball nearly stolen by Terry, knocked out of bounds. 7 to shoot for the Spurs. Lindy Waters connects from outside for San Antonio. Former Warrior there is Waters. Trenton Watford will try his hand from deep. Unable to connect there. Carter Bryant misses his three. Loose ball. Dalen Terry is going to be fouled by Kelly Olynyk. Fighting for the rebound. Good for these two-way guys to get some run here, you know. Dalen Terry and Tyrese Martin. Good for them to see the floor a little bit here with some extended action. Edwards has the ball poked away. Kelly Olynyk the other way. Good pass inside to Waters, who slams it down. Dalen Terry knocks down a triple. Little off the dribble three for Dalen Terry. I see you, Terry. I see you. Now Tyrese Martin will foul Jordan McLaughlin in the backcourt. Oh, actually, it'll go against McLaughlin. I think actually no foul was called. It just went out of bounds there. Jorge, offseason fire Nick Nurse, hire Mike Malone. I'm sure those conversations, if there's an early exit for the Sixers, will happen in abundance. Edwards will take a little off the dribble three that will not drop for him. 4.5 to play. Bismack Biyombo inside. He's fouled by Edwards. Slams it home. 3-point play in coming for the Spurs. Peter, I wonder what kind of energy they will come out with after this loss. I mean, look, you play again tomorrow night against the Utah Jazz, a tanking team, one of the worst teams in the NBA. And the only positive that can come out of this is a lot of your starters got some early rest in this game as Biyombo makes the free throw. So a lot of their guys should be pretty well rested, not having to play a whole lot because they got blown out. You got to come out with some energy, man, because you can't lose to the Jazz. And with the Miami Heat and Orlando Magic winning today, they're right on your tails for that final playoff spot. You can't lose to Utah. Going to be a foul on the drive called against Kelly Olynyk. Watford will go to the line. Olynyk is still down holding his mouth. Now he gets up. All right, Sixers going to the playoffs. I hope so, man. At the very least, they're going to be a play-in team, but I do not want to be in the play-in. I do not want to be in the play-in. I want to be a top 6 seed at the very least and not have to worry about a play-in game. Watford's first free throw is good. Spurs just handled business here tonight. No good on free throw number 2 is Watford. 4 minutes to play. Spurs swinging around, find Lindy Waters, top of the key 3. Money for Lindy Waters. Watford, Bona, Barlow need jumpers. Bona doesn't really necessarily need one, but I agree that Watford and Barlow could absolutely benefit from having at least decent three-point shots. Too many guys that can't shoot for Philadelphia. Tyrese Martin inside to Edwards. Resets it back outside to Terry. 3 to shoot. Got to put it up, Terry. Gets inside, but it's knocked away. It's going to be a shot clock violation for the Sixers. Kelly Olynyk, little off the dribble 3 for him, around and out. Terry inside. Back out to Tyrese Martin. Back to Terry in the corner. His three-pointer is off. Knocked away by Martin. But it'll stay with the Spurs after the Biyombo rebound. Now Martin again knocks it away, this time from McLaughlin, but once again, it'll stay with San Antonio. We'll take one more timeout. Hopefully that's the last one of the night with 2:59 left to play. Well, look, the game was rough, but I do appreciate everybody who was here with us tonight. You know, a lot of times you get in a blowout like this, obviously the stream itself not going to do great, but had some real ones hang out from start to finish, which I really do appreciate. Really appreciate it, so thank you all. And how about this? I know Sixers fans don't want to hear this. Jared McCain had a 20-point game in OKC's win over the Bulls tonight. Already his third 20-point game with OKC. $2.59. Yeah. We're down 44. What's up? Gotcha. That's it. Yeah, Peter, isn't that just great? To make matters even worse, Jared McCain with a good game once again for the Thunder. Kane Angel, anyone in the chat watch college basketball? I try to catch some games. You know, I'm very busy here at work, obviously covering the Sixers, covering the NFL as well. A lot going on. I do try to find some time, though, to watch. I'm a Clemson fan. I went to Clemson, so obviously they're, you know, they've been solid this year, right? They were ranked earlier in the year, then went on a little bit of a losing streak. They lost today to North Carolina, which kind of sucks. So I try to catch as many Clemson games as I can, and then other big games as well. Can't wait for March Madness, so I'm excited for that. Time in. Watches some college ball. Who do y'all root for in college basketball? Peter, draft pick has to hit or we're in trouble. Yeah, absolutely. Morey better hope that he hits with that draft pick because he traded away McCain for it. Oh. EK Irish, a Duke fan. Yikes. Kane Angels, a Miami fan. Yikes. 2 ACC rivals for my Clemson Tigers. Both those teams pretty good, though. Miami's ranked now, aren't they? Pretty sure Miami's a ranked team. Time in, of course, Ohio State makes a lot of sense there. Shot clock violation on the Spurs. Yeah. Miami makes sense for you as well, Kane. Lord Buddy Bear in the chat. What's going on, Lord Buddy Bear? Sixers down 44. Just waiting for this game to hit zeros. Walker fouled on the shot, gets the and one to go. He'll try to complete the three-point play. Lord Buddy Bear. What's going on? How about this? Back in the 1990 season, the average three-point attempts by an NBA team was 7. Today, it's 37 per game. Waters no good in the 3. Walker skies in for the rebound. Tyrese Martin. Corner Dalen Terry. Off. 2 minutes to play. We're almost out of here, man. McLaughlin puts up a end of the shot clock 3. No good. Rebound goes to the Sixers. Walker, yet again, another and one opportunity for Jabari Walker as he's fouled on the right-handed layup. Morey, did VJ play any of the second half? No, VJ did not play in the second half. He suffered a lower back injury right at the end of the first half, took a hard fall, has not played in this second half. EK Irish, what do you think of Cam Boozer? I like Cam Boozer a lot, man. Now, obviously, he's one of the top 3 guys in this draft. When you compare him to the other 2, a very different player than AJ, very different player than Darren Peterson. But I think he's going to be good, man. He's got size. He's got a better shot than I thought he did. I think he can be a better defender than he's shown to be at Duke when he's in an NBA system. I like him a lot, man. I think he's going to be a very good player. Any team in the top 3 of this draft will love any of the 3 guys they take. Nearly done here. 30 seconds to go. Edwards, Watford, bricks a 3. Martin gets the offensive rebound. Edwards will try a 3. That's good. Hey, how about last shot wins, huh? Sixers down 40, but they hit the last shot of the game. Last shot wins? Maybe? No? Spurs will hold it, and that'll do it. Plenty of boos raining down from the Sixers fans right now. And it's officially going to be a 40-point loss for the Sixers, 131-91, as we get up out of here. Tough one. You just throw that one in the trash and move on to tomorrow night against the Utah Jazz. We're going to sign off here. I appreciate everybody who did stick around for the entirety of this game. Had some good conversations down the stretch in that one, so I appreciate you guys hanging out, having a good time. Got $75 in Super Chats. That is phenomenal for a night like this, man. Again, I really appreciate it. But that was a tough one. I got to go just wipe my memory of this game, as I'm sure a lot of you will as well. But beautiful thing about the NBA is you're right back at it tomorrow night, and you can get a much-needed win against the Utah Jazz. So I'll see you all in the next one. Not going to be doing tomorrow's game. We're going to be live on Eagles, so that'll take priority, of course. And then Sixers don't play again. They play on Saturday. Won't be in for that one. We'll try to do a game next week. I'll look ahead at the schedule and see which game we could do. But, want to start doing more games before the playoffs restart. Appreciate y'all, all the legends, all the real ones that did hang out with us here tonight. That'll do it for today's show. Sixers lose by 40. Just forget that one. Move on. Hopefully a better one tomorrow. Hopefully VJ Edgecombe is okay as well. Appreciate y'all. You're all some real ones. And we'll see you around.